Hello YouTube! Today I am bringing you another cheap Chinese clone, which will be super useful for those who like to milsim on a budget, or if you enjoy playing airsoft like I do, and you enjoy saving money like I do. This is a Safariland's clone holster, and this is an actual Safariland holster. Besides the color and the Safariland logo here on the back, they are pretty much identical. Now, this Safariland holster is designed for SIG's M17, M18, and P320 models. I have used SIG airsoft replicas before, but unfortunately I do not have one available at the moment. SIG advertises the ProForce models as mirrors to their real counterparts, and perfect for muscle memory exercises and tactical training. The ProForce M17 is available in both green gas and CO2. All ProForce models are available from SIG's website for $210. SIG also offers a ProForce M18, which has a shorter barrel, does not come with the extended magazine, and uses green gas only. And lastly, if you prefer black, SIG also makes a ProForce P320, which is compatible with both the M17's CO2 and green gas mag, and the M18's shorter green gas magazine. This Safariland holster and this cheap clone are both designed to work with all three SIG models. They are both a level 3 retention holster, which actively keeps your weapon in the holster so that it only comes out when you want it to. The first level of retention is the holster itself, the kydex molded to the shape of the weapon. The second part is the ALS, which stands for Safariland's automatic locking system. When you holster the weapon, this part right here automatically secures it, and then with a slight motion from your thumb, you unlock the weapon from the holster and simply draw straight up. Lastly, the third level of security is the SLS, Safariland's self-locking system, which is a manual hood that goes up over the top of the weapon. The cheap clone is an exact replica as far as dimensions go, and the materials feel the same. They have the same weight and stiffness, and both holsters have a little bit of play in the hood, although the clone is a little bit looser. Even this quick release buckle is interchangeable, and you can attach the clone holster to the Safariland's 4-inch drop and vice versa. The quick release buckle can be attached to the 4-inch drop or to a hip clip if you want it higher on your belt, and it can be attached to a leg clip if you want the holster down here at your side. You can also adjust the cant of the holster with this buckle with these 3 screws for your preferred draw angle. A buddy of mine was kind enough to help me test the holster with the airsoft replica. It works just like the real Safariland one. Retention is the same, holster snugness is the same, ease of draw is the same. If you didn't know that it wasn't a Safariland, you would never be able to tell. In fact, you could probably use this holster to carry the real deal. However, that is probably not the best idea because of liability issues, since this is a made in China clone. I don't know where the holster would fail if it did, but I would imagine that even though it feels as sturdy and durable as the Safariland, it's probably made out of a less reliable plastic that appears similar to the Safariland holster, and it is probably manufactured in a factory with a much less robust quality control department. That being said, this clone is perfect for airsoft and milsim, where the goal is to be both functional and look cool. And during airsoft, your life is not depending on the speed and reliability of your draw. If you were law enforcement or military, you wouldn't want one of the cheap plastic retention parts to fail and jam your sidearm. In airsoft, you don't want that either, but the stakes are not as high. Only time will be able to tell how durable these clone parts are. Fortunately, I was able to borrow this actual Safariland's holster as I would have never spent the money on one of these. At first, I thought this was one of the $150+ models, but as you can see in the title, that model is only a level 2 retention holster and does not have the ALS automatic locking system. You can see from this picture that it also doesn't have the quick release buckle. This is actually part of the $437 bundle, which has the hip clip and the leg strap and the 4-inch drop mount. I have been looking for a cheaper variant of this holster for months now because I really want to get the Airsoft Pro Force M17, but I don't want to spend more on a holster than on the replica. You won't believe me when I tell you the price for this clone. I didn't believe it when I saw the price for this clone. And I thought for sure that it was a scam, and if I ordered this, I would receive something that looks nothing like the picture. Now this clone wasn't $200 or $100. The clone wasn't even $50. It wasn't even $30. It was $18.90 plus $8 shipping, which brought it to $27. And 3 weeks after I ordered it from AliExpress, I received a fully functional, 2-scale, nearly perfect replica of the Safariland holster. There are also other cheap holsters on AliExpress, like this holster, where you can have a Surefire X300U flashlight attached to your weapon, and this Glock 17 holster, as well as a few more options. But for airsoft, milsim, or training, I think this is a fantastic deal.